Hello, today I'm going to make a program that's going to solve the wires module from the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Let's get the edge work first since the module requires it.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
We have 2 batteries, a lit bulb, a lit car, a lit TRN, 1 stereo RCA port, and a serial number of 516AJ8. Looking at the module, we see various numbers and colors of wires lined up on top of each other. Our goal is to cut the right wire that will diffuse the module. Looking at the manual, we see different sets of instructions depending on how many wires we have. Since we have 6 wires, we will use this block of instructions. The first condition says, if there are no yellow wires and the last digit of the serial number is odd, cut the 3rd wire. The 4th wire is yellow and the last digit is even, so we can't use this rule. The second condition says, if there is exactly 1 yellow wire and there is more than 1 white wire, cut the 4th wire. We don't have any white wires, moving on. Otherwise, if there are no red wires, cut the last wire. We have 3 red wires. The last statement will always tell us to cut a wire with no condition. In this case, we must cut the 4th wire. Although this is the same wire as the second rule, we have to go in order from top to bottom. Since this module is very simple, I'm going to go through the entire set of modules we have here quickly. This set also has 6 wires, so we have to use the same set of rules as before. We have more than 1 yellow wire, so the first 2 statements are out. We don't have any red wires, so we cut the last wire. Another set of 6 wires. This follows the same set of rules as the one before, so we cut the last wire again. Finally, we have a set that doesn't have 6 wires. So we have to use a different set of rules. Since we have 3 wires, we have to follow these rules. We don't have any red wires, so we cut the 2nd wire. Last set. This time we have 5 wires, so we have to use this rule set. None of the conditions apply, so we have to cut the 1st wire. Now that we know how to solve the module, we have to figure out how to write the program that will solve the module. I first needed a way to represent each of the wires. Since the only thing special about them are the colors and their positions, I decided to make an enum called wires, which has 5 different states, 1 for each color the wires could be: black, blue, red, yellow, and white. The class will take in 6 strings, each representing each wire, and then convert each string into an enum. Then add those enums in a list, so I don't have to remember the order the wires appeared in. The only problem with always taking in 6 wires is the fact that the module doesn't always have 6 wires. To fix that, a wire that doesn't exist will be set as the word blank. When the wire is trying to be converted into an enum, the program will notice the word and stop working on it altogether. This means the blank wire won't be added to the list. Setting up the wires was probably the hardest thing about making this program. The only thing left to do in this class is create the method that will solve the module, which is just following the instructions on the manual and telling the user which wire to cut. I decided to tell the user the place of the wire instead of just saying cut the last wire for consistency's sake. So if a module has 3 wires, and the manual says cut the last wire, the program will say cut the 3rd wire. It's not much, but details like that can help the user a long way. Now that we have the solved part out of the way, we need to find out a way for the user to tell the information needed for the program to work. I decided to have 6 combo boxes set up for each wire. Each combo box has all the colors a wire can be. The combo boxes that represent wires 4 to 6 also have an extra word that can be selected, blank. This allows the user to set up the program to handle 3 to 6 wires. We also have to add the basics to every GUI, like adding a strike button and a button that will go back to the module selection GUI. Now let's test it. Okay, after a little debugging and adding asterisks around the word blank since it looks so similar to black, let's test it again.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Good, everything works. This is where I normally end the video, but I have some announcements to make. The first one you may have noticed already, but I stopped using Java and switched to C#. I just think it's an easier language to code in, even though I miss how easy it was to create GUIs in Java. I digress. Now that I switched languages, I found an easier way for you guys to download my program. The only thing you need to do is click the Dropbox link in the description, and download everything there. Make sure that everything is in the same directory, and click on the exe. Everything should work normally, but in the case that something does go wrong, you can click on the Google Form link and fill out a bug report. You can tell which module you had a problem with. I recommend downloading the log viewer hot from the Steam Workshop. It allows you to view the log from the BOM. This is not the same as the log file.txt that you downloaded from the Dropbox. This log file will tell you what modules you solved, striked, and the answers to most of the modules. You can just paste the link in this box. This is a requirement for the bug report for most cases. If a non-special report doesn't have a link, I will throw it away. I hope you understand. The next question says to upload log file.txt. This is the text file that was found in the Dropbox. All it does is tell the steps the user did. However, it's not as reliable as the other log file, which is why I prefer that one more. The last question says to explain what happened for this issue to occur. This is just more details I can work with to fix the bug sooner. Once you submit the bug, I'll try to get to it as soon as possible. I'll be posting known and fixed bugs on my Twitter along with updates on videos. If you ever want to talk to me one-on-one in more detail about a specific bug, that would be the place to do it. There's also a forum where you can suggest features that will possibly be beneficial for the program. This is not a place to suggest modules to implement. I already have a large backlog of modules I want to implement. So please don't send them there. That's all I have to say. I will hopefully see you guys soon. Thank you for watching the video.